Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Ms. Weeds, and this is going to be a collective reading for anyone who's watching. If it resonates with you, then be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Make sure that you're ringing the bell so that you get my notifications. I go live on Wednesdays, typically Wednesday nights, but you're not going to get the notification unless you ring the bell to get all notifications. Also, I wanted to let you guys know if the video doesn't resonate with you, it's okay. It's not going to resonate with anyone. It's a collective reading. But if you'd like to have a personal reading, definitely contact me. My information is listed down below. All right. The first thing, we're going to get messages from oracle cards, including our spirit animal or a spirit animal. And then we're going to get messages from the runes. And these runes are going to tell us bits and small pieces. They may correlate with the oracle. It may not correlate with the oracle, but it may be dealing with justice, love, new beginnings, your future. What do you need to say yes to? What do you need to say no to? Things like that. And then finally, we'll get into the tarot, where there'll be even more messages. So I suggest that you stick around for all three readings so that you can be sure to get the message that Spirit wants to deliver to you, okay? All right. So the first card that we're using is going to be by this deck, the Archetypes card. All right. And it is the card of the Liberator. It says, help to liberate us from self-inflicted tyranny of negative thought patterns and beliefs, spiritual sluggishness, poor nutrition, destructive relationships, or addictive behavior. So some of you are cutting out something, right? Some of you are needing to get rid of something. Here it says, invaluable ally in freeing us from old entrenched beliefs and attributes and attitudes. It says you don't have to be a charismatic leader to have this archetype. So this archetype can fit anyone. Anyone can be this liberator type of energy. Okay. The shadow side of the liberator manifests in corporate, political, religious, and spiritual leaders who impose their own tyranny over others. All right. It says, ask yourself whether you have a lifelong pattern of helping to free others from injustices, adverse economic or social conditions, or simply from their misconceptions. Okay, so maybe some of you are called to help others. Maybe some of you do not like as much help. And the fact that the shadow aspect says that maybe you are kind of hurting yourself by not accepting the help, not accepting the liberation. Sometimes it's okay to say that you need help or to reach out that hand and accept that hand, right? And a lot of you are actually drawn to help others or either pass the torch of enlightenment on. This is like a whistleblower. Sometimes I can see a liberator as a person who's a whistleblower, someone who calls things out for the truth of the matter. And if this particular energy or whatever it is, how you do what it is you do, if it works for you, then no one else should be saying anything about that, okay? Be your own liberator. Stay out of that stagnant energy, which other people usually tend to fall into so easily. This is you kind of coming out of that. All right, the next card is another oracle card, and it is another unfamiliar deck of mine, the Starseed Oracle. And the key word is the courageous peony. Multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. So this feels like someone, automatically, it feels like someone is wanting to be noticed for something, maybe to be noticed for your characteristics, maybe to be noticed for just recognition in something, feeling proud, or either looking for fame and fortune and come up. Okay, so this says, followers don't open and close flowers don't open and close according to who walks by. They embrace all of what they are and show it to the world around them. The peony doesn't try to compete with the cherry blossom, and the cherry blossom does not try to compete with the tulip. Boom. They own what they are, and they trust the timing of their true nature. So this says a lot for you. If you're feeling like you're noticing everyone else around you who is just opening up and like blossoming and like getting their stardom and having their big break, your big break is coming soon. Do not compare yourself or your journey to anyone else's. If you're feeling compared to other people, you feel like you're not growing, or something that you want is not growing, or your popularity is not growing, or your followers are not growing like someone else, it's okay. You will blossom in your own time. And when it comes, it's going to be here for you, and you're going to be your highest potential, basically. All right. So it says here, to uncover and reveal your soul's greatest gifts without wavering, own your uniqueness without apology. There's a flower on this planet that holds the same qualities that your soul is already trying to express. Let it inform you. Or let it inform you. Okay, so basically all I got from that was the fact that you are unique. You have your own timing. You will blossom in your own timing. Your time is not yet, but I feel like if you're waiting on something, or if you're waiting to open up or to crack up something or to get something going, get something started, it's not happening now because you're not ready for it to happen now. And when you force things to come open when you're not ready for it, then you're not going to get the best results. The results could be short-lived, right? Okay, so the last message is from a spirit animal, and this is from the buffalo spirit. And I'll take out the book for the buffalo spirit. I'm not very familiar with these cards, so that's why I'm reading. I normally don't read because I usually know all of my cards, but I don't know all of these cards very well. The energy of the buffalo spirit. The abundant universe will provide. The oracle message says, Buffalo spirit comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifestation power of gratitude and extraordinary potential available to you when you adopt a mindset of abundance. The ancient people of the Americas saw the buffalo as a symbol of abundance because the herds roamed far and wide and provided so many gifts: the meat, the hide, the bones, and the ribs. Those who hunted buffalo used every bit of them, wasting nothing. Appreciative of the abundance, so too do you have many gifts available to you. Buffalo spirit appears to let you know that you are in a powerful time to manifest in your desires, not to force or push, but rather by following a natural path that rises up before you, trusting that there is always plenty to go around, whether it be love, money, inspiration, or support. It is all there for you to claim. All right, so basically when we are grateful for the things that we have, the universe wants to bless us with more. And I do believe that in time, there's going to be something so abundant for you that is opening up. You do not need to rush the process. You need to kind of be your own liberator and get yourself out of those self-limiting beliefs. And I do believe that you will be able to utilize the process to the fullest potential in time. Because remember when I said that the peony will open up in its own time? It doesn't open up when you want it to. It opens up when you need it to, when you're ready for it. And if you do it when you're not ready, then that can mean the results could be short-lived. You don't get the right result that you're looking for. And I feel like with the buffalo spirit here, this is talking about longevity. And then on top of that, we have the number 10. So to me, that's longevity. That's like career moves. Okay, let's take a look at some of these runes right here, and let's kind of get a message from the runes and get a feel for what is it that the runes need to say to us as well. Okay, mix them all up pretty good. All right, so let's figure out where we are with the moon. Okay, so I feel like this is a collective energy, and I feel like with the rune manas, that just represents like social people or a collective group of people, and maybe this feels like you don't quite have the support that you're looking for, or the fact that there are going to be times when you turn around and look behind you and there's not going to be anyone there. It's just going to be you. Okay, because this is on the word no, or the darkness of the moon. All right, so you can't always rely on other people. And some people will try to lead you astray, because the symbol of the moon signifies uncertainty, and the rune mana signifies friends or collective groups of people. So I feel like this is saying that you're not always going to have, everyone's not in it for your best behavior. No, not everybody's going to be in your corner. You're not going to get the support that you're deserving of at that moment. Okay. It's going to seem like that. Okay. Okay. What's beginning for you? Okay. So we have wound you. Okay. And this is a rune of like having comfort or pleasure, or either relief from some sort of pain. And the reason why I say relief from pain, because we have a heart that's broken and it's in reverse. So this is a new beginning. You are coming out of this brokenness, and it feels as though you're being glued back together or being pieced back together slowly. And this is going to be a more joyful time for you in life. Okay, so you're walking into a peaceful beginning with no help. This is what it feels like. It's going to feel like you're in this journey alone. And I feel like for some of you, you need to go through this journey alone. Okay. Infinite intelligence. What does spirit see that you do not see? Okay. So okay. I was about to say, I thought that was the blank rune. Okay. So that's, Ingwa. That's what I call it. Ingwa. So this kind of represents like a gestational period, like a growth period. Okay, something that's being harbored, infinite intelligence. So I feel like something is still not quite ready. Something is still incubating is what it feels like. And I feel like this could be love. This could be, with the number 6, that feels like it could be love. Feels like it could be just an expansion process. Okay, it feels like the expansion or the come up that you have is still incubating. So remember, we talked about the peony. That makes a lot of sense. You're not ready to open up yet. You are still in the process of getting yourself together. All right. And I feel like a lot of you could be dealing with like family members or siblings. Maybe you're feeling like you're relying on your family members, or you're either gonna be asking for help, because the number 6 can also represent a helping hand, being generous and donating. Okay, so I feel like there's going to be someone in your family who is going to be donating to you, or either going to be lending a helping hand to help you with the process, with the incubation process. Okay, all right. The next card is the next rune is, what is it that you need to say yes to? What does the universe want you to say yes to? What does the universe have to say? What is shining a light? What is being shined a light on? Ooh, your dreams. Your dreams are being shined, or light is being shined on your dreams. This is the rune Laguz, which represents potential and fantasies, right? So we have the yes. Okay, yes, that's a great sign. Yes, that you have potential in your dreams, and things that you want to come into fruition are definitely represented by the sun, which can represent a new beginning. It can represent a spotlight being put on you. And I feel like some of you are like trying to like get famous somehow, or either you're just getting a lot of followers, or something very significant is happening to you. This feels like a lot of growth for you. Okay. What energy is represented in the past, or something that you need to leave alone? Okay. So in the past, you were very reactive. Okay. Instead of like thinking things through, you just kind of sort of reacted. You didn't really take the time to heed and just listen, and maybe feeling like you already know what's best, or even it could be the fact that you feel like you allowed other people to tell you what was best, and you reacted based off of what someone else told you. And really that person was operating in their shadow. So with that person operating in their shadow, they can't tell you what's best for you. So in that state, you probably acted on something thinking that they had the wisdom, and all along the wisdom was in you the whole time. You know, sometimes like I've been in a position where I felt like, well, I needed to make judgments based off of what other people thought, or what was right, or what worked for other people. But, you know, once I realized that I had the power within me, I started doing things on my own accord, started doing things the way I wanted to do it. And I feel like they worked out so much better. Okay. So I just feel like maybe you were very, you just quick to jump the gun and probably believe in what someone had to tell you about yourself, And I feel like this person was operating in the shadow. Okay, maybe they were a person who was very well respected. Could have been a person in the spiritual community. I'm not certain. This message may be for some people, and it may be for just one person. But I do feel like the Theresa's rune just represents you having like a conflict or like a defensive energy about you, or feeling like you want to throw something completely away and just get rid of it versus actually working through it. Okay. Now for the present, what is the energy of the present for you? For those in the collective, what's the energy of the present? Okay. So Fehu. So that's good. So it feels like now you're basically working towards an abundance. You're working towards having energy. I'm also seeing a bunch of luck surrounding you as well. You could be creating something, but for the most part, I'm seeing that you're having, it feels like you're saving up money, honestly. It feels like you're saving, or either you are imagining yourself in the future with having an abundance and all the luck around you or surrounding you. That's what it feels like in this with this rune. Now the next thing that we want to look at is the future, because you guys, this video is going to be long, and I don't care. All right, so for the future, for the collective who's watching, the future, what does the future hold? Okay, what is this? Oh, I thought that was Lagos. Maybe that wasn't Lagos. What is it? Oh, I can't see it. Okay. This is actually, looks like this. I can't even see one of my, let me hold it up to the camera so I can see it really good. Okay, so you can't see this, but it's actually Iwas. It's actually Iwas, which represents strength. I can't really see it because I didn't color it in very good, but that's actually Iwas here. Okay. Okay, so Iwas to me represents in the future position, it just represents the fact that you're going to have to be steady. You're going to have to have strength. You're going to have to be able to rely on yourself. All right, in order to get to where you're going, you have a vision of abundance, but I feel like you're going to need stability for the future, okay? Or the fact that the abundance that you're possessing now, for some of you, is going to present a future of stability here. I'm also seeing like family again, because Ehwaz usually represents like a tree or the strength of a tree, or sometimes family trees or family connections and ties. And like people who come in your life for a lifetime, and then others who are there for just a season, right? So I'm feeling like in the future, there are going to be people who are going to help you get connected to who it is you need to get connected to towards the future. I'm also seeing roots. So this feels like some of you could be moving in the future, or you could be planting seeds to start something that could be lifelong. And I'm talking about generations long. Right? So some of you are like, I don't know, either like, this feels like these two runes together feel like generational wealth. Okay? Those two runes together feel like generational wealth. So that may be in the future for you, whatever you're conjuring up. Okay? All right. And now let's just look at 4 more spaces. We're going to find out justice, love, health, and money. Okay. We're going to choose justice is blank. Love, health, and money. Okay. And let me pick something that's ending. Okay. And ending. Okay. So, okay, the justice didn't get anything. So I'm just going to literally go off of the number 1. So number 1 just means that something starts. Okay, so this feels like with the blank rune here, this just means to me that you haven't put in the proper, you haven't made up your mind. You haven't put in the work, or you haven't gotten started, and everything is still kind of in the air. Like nothing has really begun yet. The number 1 is the start. All right. So I'm feeling like you don't quite have the answers. You don't quite know how to get there. And the Justice card says you don't have everything mapped up. There's nothing balanced just yet. There's no way. You don't know how to make your decision yet. So that's the first thing I'm seeing there. So this could present as a little bit of stagnancy here. Yes. And even in the love rune, we have Haglas. So this to me, Haglas just kind of represents, like learning as you go. It's like not really trying to control things, because Haglas is a rune that is uncontrolled forces. It's how nature just goes. It's just uncontrolled growth. Like you can't really control whether it grows or whether it gets torn down. It's just something that comes. So to me, because you have not made up your mind with the Justice card, or you don't have balance with the Justice card, the love for you is, it feels like to me, you're learning through experience, right? I know that that's kind of crazy. So it feels like you have either hit like a learning point, or either you've just ended something. And also with the rune of Ansus being on the word end, Ansus is about having insight or communication or true vision or realization of something. So obviously you have realized that something is coming to an end, and this has been a complete learning experience for some of you when it comes to love. Okay. I feel like maybe you had a really difficult relationship, or maybe there was an ending of a very difficult relationship. Maybe you thought that you forgot to set boundaries in place, and therefore maybe the person just kind of, ran all over you. I'm just saying, like, I'm just telling you how it is from what I see. But this has been a complete learning experience from you. And from this point on, at least you know what to look for, or at least you know what you don't want in a partner. Okay. Now the next card we have, the next rune that we have is, Ehwaz. Okay, so I was about to say Manas. This is Ehwaz, and to me, this kind of represents a partner. Okay, so keep seeing stuff at the corner of my eye. So this kind of represents like a partner. It can also represent transportation, and probably like some sort of a change that's coming. So there is going to be a change in your health, and I feel like it's going to be the change for the better. I do feel like you're going to be getting some sort of enlightenment from a person of a professional status, and you are going to be starting to it's going to take more than one person. It's like some of you could be having a whole team. So this can mean at least 3 different individuals who are going to be working on your body, or either this could be including you as well. But I feel like either you're going to be getting advice from certain specialty doctors on working on your health, and probably just literally getting fit. I'm thinking of a horse, and I know that horses are very strong. Horses train. They teach themselves, and also it feels like some of you could be training your body or teaching your body to go without certain substances, certain intaking of certain foods that aren't very healthy for you. And this is like a learned process to me. So that's how I feel about your health. A lot of you are just kind of trying to get things going in the right direction. Okay, starting to make a change. Okay, the way that your money is looking good here. For those of you who are watching this, we have the rune Kanas, which just represents a revelation. It represents an understanding. It represents just something like a bright energy. Okay, so I'm feeling like your money is being highlighted here. For those of you who are watching this collective reading, this feels like your money is just pretty much being highlighted. I know that you can't see this, but here there's the number 4 here. So to me, some of you could be saving money. Some of you could be withholding from spending too much money. And this also feels like a lot of you are saving up to buy a home or a house, or either reconstructing a home or a house. Okay, so that was actually a lot. I hope that you guys enjoyed the runes. Now let's go ahead and move into the tarot, and let's see what it is that the tarot has to say. And like I said, some of these may not go together. Some of it will go together. Some of it won't go together. All right, so collective reading, collective energy. What's the collective energy? Oh, Justice. And then, all right. So let's actually move this because that kind of confuses us a little bit. Okay. Oh, sorry. You can tell this reading is not constructed hardly at all. Okay, so some of you could be having a lot of Libra energy within you, or either I'm just feeling like this could be the fact that there's a lot of imbalances going on. I think I remember on this paper here we had the Justice and there was the blank rune. So this represents the fact that you're having a hard time making a decision. Now, what is it that you're having a hard time making decisions on? Okay, we already know that on the back of the deck we got the Six of Wands, and we spoke about for this paper here, the Moon, we got the fact that you do not have the support that you're looking for. And Six of Wands is about being recognized by multiple people who are in your corner, and the fact that you're not going to have those people. So really you want to have those followers, right? That's where you're trying to get to, but you don't quite know the moves to make in order to get those people to follow you, or in order to get those people to believe in you or to cheer you on through whatever it is that you're doing, however it is that you're trying to accomplish, whatever it is you got to do. Okay, so the first thing I'm noticing, okay, so our overall energy is the Knight, no, this is the King of Wands. Overall energy is the King of Wands, and it's crossed by the Wheel of Fortune. So King of Wands usually is an energy of change, and also they're usually an energy of taking things into their own hands. All right, so with the King of Wands being crossed by the Wheel of Fortune, this feels like you're having a hard time changing your destiny. Okay, but honestly, if you think about it, changing your destiny starts with accepting responsibility, right? Responsibility for where you are right now. All right, you have to kind of ask yourself, you know, what did this teach you? You know, how can I not fall back into the same pattern? Right? The Queen of Swords is an energy of understanding. And I'm not talking about sympathy understanding. I'm talking about, she is an energy of, let me enlighten myself. Let me have a better understanding of where I went wrong so that I don't make that mistake again. Because I can tell that whatever this is, it's been keeping you stagnant. You know what just popped into my mind? I'm looking at this Four of Swords, and you see how he looks like he's praying? This kind of looks like to me the prayer for serenity, the serenity prayer. You know what I'm talking about. It says, what? Lord, grant me the serenity to accept things that I cannot change, and the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, right? The wisdom to know the difference. And we're talking about change. So this feels like you've been doing like a lot of praying here, right? This feels like you've been doing a lot of praying, but yet I feel like your answers seem to not be getting, you know, like not be getting an answer. But honestly, I feel like you're not paying attention. And I feel like the answer is already right in front of you. All right, for some of you. Now, I'm looking at this Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is a card about making tough decisions. Okay, so I do feel like there are going to be tough decisions ahead, because this is in the future position of my Celtic Cross spread. And I feel like there is nothing wrong with receiving advice from a wise person. If you are the type of person who's stubborn when it comes to receiving in general, then the Queen of Swords says it's time to set your emotions aside, because you have been either stagnant, or you have been either in a dormant long enough. I feel like your inability to make calculated decisions has really held you in place. Okay, so the King of Wands says that you kind of have to self-motivate, and I feel like self-motivation, I mean, like, and if you expect any type of change, or anyone to, like, if you want any kind of change to come about, you're going to really have to self-motivate. I also feel like this is a part of your destiny, And I feel like you kind of just have to start picking up the pen and writing your own destiny, because I don't feel like people are just always going to be there to back you up and to like support you through every single idea or enlightenment or bright idea that you get. There's just not going to be, people are going to see how people are like have turned their back on the King of Wands. That's what I'm feeling like. You're not going to have that support on your team. Not every time when you accomplish something such as what the Kings of Wands have done. I don't think every time you accomplish something, people are going to be there to pat you on the back. And you have to be willing to accept that. But at the same time, know that you still want to move forward. And that if you see something that needs to be changed, that you have the power to change that, right? You have the power to turn that right side up, that unfortunate event right side up. So that's all I have for today. That was pretty much like a Soul Sunday reading, collective reading. If you like the reading, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I like the reading. It was very free. I was able to just make as many mistakes as I wanted to. And like I said, if you like the reading, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And I'll just catch you guys possibly on Wednesday night. Bye.